Okay, conventions of standard English. I've got a verb issue, and I've got are occurring, occur, have occurred, occurs. These are all finite verbs, so it's going to be a question of tense and number. The radiation that occurs wouldn't be have occurred because that's plural. Wouldn't be are occurring because that's plural. They are, they have. And radiation is singular, so that means the S is going to be on the simple present tense. It won't be without an S, so it must be A. Radiation that occurs during the decay of radioactive atomic nuclei is known as gamma radiation. Okay, quick vertical scan. We see we've got a verb issue. We've got a will have been measuring, so a continuous perfect. A would have measured, had measured, a perfect tense, and simple present tense measures. So we've got a tense issue here. This tool, so in recent years, economists around the world have created new tools that quantify the overall well-being of the country's citizens. Economists in India, for example, use an ease of living index. This tool measures economic potential, sustainability, and citizens' quality of life in present tense. That's what it does today. It didn't measure in the past up to a point and stop measuring. It's not would have, it's not hypothetical, and it's not in the future. It actually measures today. Okay, standard conventions. Looks like we've got a possessive issue with all the apostrophes. Mathematician and meteorologist Edward Lorenz used the metaphor of the butterfly effect to explain how seemingly minor events can have major impacts on future weather. According to Lorenz's metaphor, the wind from a butterfly flapping its wings, so it is possessive, which means it's not apostrophe S. Pronouns that are possessive do not take apostrophes. The apostrophe would be a contraction. It is. So this is its possessive wings in Brazil. So wings does not possess anything, so there's no need for an apostrophe there. A, its wings. Okay, standard English, is vowing, vowed, will vow, vows, so all finite verbs, different tenses. Let's see which it will be. Upon returning from the 3-day excursion, so Roosevelt on a scenic sprawling trip through California in 1903, upon returning from the 3-day excursion, Roosevelt vowed to conserve the nation's wilderness areas, a vow he upheld. He upheld it in the past tense, so he vowed it in the past tense back in 1903 for his remaining 6 years in office. It isn't, upon returning, he is vowing. It's not an ongoing action. It's not progressive or continuous. It's not in the future he will vow. He vowed it in the past, and he's not currently vowing today. In 1903, he vowed. Okay, grammar, verbs. Look like I've got a non-finite, and another non-finite. I've only got one finite, so my guess is that's going to be correct. To survive when water is scarce, embryos inside African turquoise killfish eggs enter a dormant state. That is your answer. Okay, non-finite, to claim, claiming, non-finite. Non-finite. The only finite verb here is claim. So my guess is that's going to be the answer. In 1637, the price of tulips skyrocketed in Amsterdam, with single bulbs of rare varieties selling for up to the equivalent of $200,000 in today's US dollars. Some historians claim that this tulip mania was the first historical instance. Yes, this is the main conjugated verb, so it has to be the finite claim. B is correct. Okay, has doubled, had doubled, doubles, will double. Okay, so we've got a couple tense and number possible issues here. Is it perfect? Is it present? Is it future? And is it singular or plural? Formed in 1967 to foster political and economic stability within the Asian Pacific region, the Association of Southern Asian Nations was originally made up of 5 members: Thailand, the Philippines, Singapore, Malaysia, and Indonesia. By the end of the 1990s, the organization, not by to doubles, had doubled. Okay, It's past tense. It's not present perfect. We wouldn't say by the end of the 1990s, the organization has doubled its membership because we're here in the 2000s. It had doubled by the end of the 1990s. Up to that point in the 90s, it occurred, and here we are in the 2020s, basically. So past perfect is the right tense to go here. Will double, future's wrong. Okay, quick vertical scan. We've got a standard English question. Will reach, reach, had reached, are reaching. So we've got progressive, perfect, future, and present regular tenses. Let's see what this tense issue is. Atoms in a synchrotron, a type of circular particle accelerator, travel faster and faster until they reach a desired energy level, at which point they are diverted. Present perfect, they are diverted. So this is present reach. Not will reach, not had reached, and not are reaching, a continuing action. Simply reach. Okay, we've got a grammar question. Quick vertical scan. Had gotten, that's an interesting past perfect tense there. Got, past, get, present, were getting, progressive. Okay, let's see what it's going to be, some kind of tense issue. So, led by Syrian astronomers, solar wind are interrupted, are an intrepid team of scientists who travel the globe to study solar winds, the streams of particles emanating from the sun that are only visible from certain locations during a solar eclipse. When, it's an important precursor here, when such an eclipse is imminent, the Sherpas pack up their telescopes and get ready. They wouldn't say when it's imminent, they had gotten ready. That's not correct, past perfect. Or were getting ready, progressive, past progressive. That's not right. Then when such an eclipse is imminent, they got ready. No, that wouldn't be consistent with the tense of is. So they get ready, present tense. Okay, grammar, quick vertical scan. We've got a verb issue, are, was, have been, were. So all these are plural, plural, plural. This is the only singular. My guess is this is going to be the answer. Notice I'm circling it before I even start. I shouldn't do that, but let's check. Farouk Elbaz, a geologist and space scientist, was part of the team that selected simple past tense, simple past tense. Notice these are two things with an and that does not make it plural. This is the dependent clause in between the verb and the true subject, which is just this individual person. Farouk was part of the team. Okay, verb tense issue, had learned, perfect, had been learning. Okay, past kind of continuous perfect, have learned, present perfect, will learn, future. Okay, what do we need here? Obsidian is a kind of volcanic gas formed when lava cools so quickly that the atoms inside it cannot arrange themselves in a crystalline structure. You blank more about obsidian structure, which is classified as amorphous in a late chapter. You will learn more about obsidian structure in a later chapter. In a later chapter. So this tells us it should be future tense, right? You not had learned perfect tense, not had been learning more about, which is classified, no. You have learned more about. Now these are all kind of looking to the past. We need to look to the future, a later chapter. Therefore, C is correct. Okay, standard English, got verb issues, they, one, you, and it. Okay, so public awareness campaigns about the need to reduce single-use plastics can be successful when these campaigns give consumers a choice. For example, Japan achieved a 40% reduction in plastic bag use after its cashiers were instructed to ask customers whether, okay, the customers, plural, they wanted a bag. Not one, not indefinite singular, not it, not a thing. The customers are people, and they're not second person you. They.